Uh, I'll be I'll be teaching us the. I told us we are done with everything design. So whatever task that it is remaining on design is for practice and improvement. So we're moving over to the the physical part of what you are doing. That is the business part of it. What and what is involved in graphic business. It is one thing to know how to design. It is it is one thing to know how to design. It is another thing to be able to make a business out of it. If you know how to design and you don't understand the business aspect of it, uh, it will take you a lot. And my my aim and my desire, my aim and desire for setting up this training is so that we can find a way to help our lives with it. That is why I'm always concerned and wanting to see that we improve, asking questions and trying to carry everybody along. But sometimes it seems like we are not cooperating. It seems like na me come serious pass for the class, which is not supposed to be like that. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm not learning. These parts now, there are some parts I've passed and I've crossed and I won't go back to it again. So me trying to ginger us and encourage us is for our own good. So all these tasks that I give and I recommend, please let's take it as serious as we can. Then moving over to the business part of it, I think I'll be talking about two things today. I'll be talking about two things today. But first, let me talk about the business of design before I go into the business of printing. So when it comes to design, like I said, design is a task of the mind. You do more of the work with your mind. So when someone gives you a design work to do, the person is expected to pay for a lot of things. Are you with me? Yeah. If it's possible for you to unmute and if you're in a noiseless environment, you can just submit and be following. If a person brings a design job for you, the person is paying for a lot of things, and until you understand this, you'll be making mistakes. Number one is the person is paying for your time. When I say your time, you already know what time is in design, and you already know that it takes time to achieve a single design. You have been doing it. Thank God you have been practicing and you have seen how it is. That before you can do one page, like this one I gave you a book cover, you do the front. After doing the front of the book, you also do the back cover of the book. So maybe the person is paying for your time. The time could be 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on the work rate of the design. Number two, the person is paying for your skill or your knowledge, like what you learnt now. You paid to learn this. You hadn't taught it free of charge. uh It's not even only the 30,000 that you pay to learn this. If you check how much you have invested on this course now, it's not only that 30,000 you have spent on data. If you check the number of megabytes you burn 3 times in a week, you also spend on internet, you research, you also watch the recorded YouTube videos and also watch other YouTube videos. All those things are your data going. So you spent a lot on it. So it's expected that the person also pays for your skill. Number three, the person is paying for your internet or your data, the money you spent on data, because most design, it will be very hard for you to have a design job and you not make use of the internet unless you are still in the 1980s. Nowadays, anything design job has a link to the internet to make things faster for you to search for resources, search for fonts that will suit the design, download the fonts, install them. All these things are resources and the person is paying for them. That's number three. Number four is the person is paying for your work tools. Your work tools are your software and your hardware, which is the system you're using. Yeah. You bought that your system now wasn't free. You bought it with your money and system don't cost now. Now your office be that. So when someone brings a design for you and is telling you that there is nothing you need to what is in design that you are charging this much, the person should know that you no go for dustbin pick the system. You use your money buy am. The more as well you dey use work, you use your money buy am. If there is any other additional hardware or software you need, this corridor you see that you are using, it's just that you're in Nigeria and most of what we use here is the cracked version of it. Cracked version is, how will I say, a version that bypasses the original subscription version, because normally you should be paying for this corridor you are using some dollars, some huge amount of dollars yearly or monthly. Yeah, even Photoshop, all these softwares they are to be paid for. So you can't tell me you are paying for all these softwares and you are not charging for them. I'm just drawing our mind to these areas for us to see that and understand that this is not just for fun, that this is pure business. Are we following?
Yes, sir, we are following, sir.
Okay. So this is pure business. It's pure business we are into. Yeah, I've mentioned four things now, but paying for your time, paying for your skill, paying for your
Your
data,
data.
and yeah, then paying for your resources. That is your software, your tools. That is your software, your hardware, your computer, your mouse, the USB flash drive you'll be using to copy work, maybe an external Bluetooth device, maybe your modem. You will be needing, as time goes on, you see that you'll be needing some tools for your design, and you have all of them. Uh, then what else is the person paying for? Uh, number three is number five is the person is paying for your health too. Are we getting the point now? So these are some of the areas that
Yes, sir.
people neglect, but you don't know that they are all business. What you are doing here is a big work, and if care is not taken, it also have effects on your health, on your body. That you are keeping your eyes on the system for hours, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours for one design. So calculate it. If you do 10 designs in a week, you should know how many hours you have spent your eyes on the system, and you think normal, is not doing anything to you. You think you are strong. No, something is leaving your body and something is going out of your body, your health, your sight. Sometimes you will do work and work and work and you start feeling headache. I don't know if it has happened to you or you people strong pass me. Let me know. Maybe I'm the only one that do experience it. Eh? Am I talking sense? Okay. This should be an interactive class, but I can't get feedbacks. If you can't use voice, you can be typing on the chat box. I'll be checking it. Yeah, so for your health too, there are also things part of the things you should be considering. So that is that. I think there may be other things, but this is the five things I can remember when it comes to desire. That means you have to be intentional and about how much you charge for your designs and also what you deliver in your designs. Okay, I'll be giving us estimates and yeah, I'll be giving us estimates and guidelines. There is no Number one is there is no fixed cost. There is no fixed cost or price for design jobs. You get it? There is no fixed cost or price that it must be this price or that price. It all depends on what you are working on, the rate of the job you just received. So when someone brings a job, I want to do a design on how much. It's not expected that you say 20,000, 10,000. No. First you should know what do you want to design. Is it a flyer? Is it a poster? Is it an e-flyer? Is it a book work? Is it a magazine, a brochure, a company profile? Then ask for the details and know what is expected of you from the design. That will help you to understand the resources and the inputs you'll be giving to that design job before you can now make a quote of price to the person. Let's imagine say someone say, I want to design I want to design a burial. Okay, for instance, what we have there, I want to design a burial program for his or her late dad. And you said okay, and you quote a price. Maybe you say that I will charge you 20,000 for it. The person will say okay, and maybe send you advance payment or send you complete payment. Then it was the process of the design. You discover that the program has taken a lot already. Maybe inside that program design, you have done design for up to 50 to 70 or 80 pages. Are you getting the point now? 80 pages of designs. They will tell you, this is a church program, this is how the church wants the program to be. Don't miss any detail. Or, this is how the family tree is, so don't miss anything. Or, then they will now start bringing in, sending in tributes, tributes. This person from tribute will cover up to 10, 15 pages. It is still you working on the design. So by then you see that you have already put a lot into that work. And not just that you are doing a design, it's not a design that you just do and they will take it once. There will be this kind of design. Remember when I did this work, there will be back and forth because corrections will be coming up and down. It's a family work. You know what how burial looks like. The person that will give you the work is not even the person that will decide. If you design one, they will post it and send it to the entire family. Maybe one person will see one thing and say, change this one. It's still you that work it. Another person will say another thing. No, change this one. Let me send you another picture. My son is not looking fine in this picture. And this one we said everybody want to send in their tribute. So by then you discover that you have undercharged. You are doing all these things, spending you can spend up to 2 weeks on a burial program because of the back and forth, all because of 20,000. At the end you see that you are the one losing. So what am I driving at is when you get a design gig, don't be in a haste to quote your price, else you'll be making a lot of mistakes. First, get the details of the design, know what the person wants. Yeah, that will help you to know this kind of work. If it would be something that will take, let's say this work now from the way he explains it, it will take up to 10 to 15 pages, okay, at most 20. If you listen well, you can say, this one can take up to 30 to 40 pages, so let me increase my cost. Uh-huh. So it all boils down to your experience and taking cognizance of the requirements of the design. So it's not something that they will send to you immediately you start. No, you have to brainstorm. Thinking about your costing is another work of its own. This one happens before you even start thinking of how you can go about the design. You have to think about the requirements of design and what you will need, what it will take you to accomplish it. By mere thinking and brainstorming of it, you have known how many days or weeks it will take you to complete that design. And check the number of times maybe it will even need you to be spending a minimum of 1 hour daily on the design. So if you check all these things and you know it will take you to cost you data or so for this kind of, let me still use this one as an instance. I remember when I did it, they will send pictures, pictures upon pictures. Remember, you are still the one downloading the pictures. Are you getting it now? It's your data that is burning on. They will send files upon files upon files. You are the one downloading. It's still your data that is burning. Maybe you're thinking that there is nothing you are putting into it, but you are already spending a lot in the design. And remember, you'll be sending back and forth. Imagine this kind of work now. You have up to 50 pages of design in it. You're exporting as PDF, and maybe the PDF file is up to 120 megabytes of file. You send it first one, they correct, you send back again, they correct, you send back again, they correct, you export and send back again, they correct. You may do it up to 10 to 15 times for one work. So check it, 10 to 15 times about 150 megabytes. You should know how much you have spent. I don't know if I'm getting this explanation well for us to understand what is really happening in the design industry. Am I
Yes,
getting
sir.
it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is the process and how it looks like. I'm just trying to make us understand that there is work. Design is a work. Don't see that it's a fun. No. You self check how much you don't put into this thing. You will know that you have put into it a lot. And that will help you to know your worth, to know your value. Maybe as a beginner, yeah, as a beginner, what you should seek for is improvement, improvement, how you can develop. I won't advise you to put money first at this stage, but I won't also advise you to lose your worth at this stage. In as much as you are not putting money first, don't make yourself too cheap. Am I balancing it now? So not putting money first simply means you can seek for ways to develop. Your interest should be how you can design better, how you can search for videos, watch tutorials and learn new things every day. Apply for internship, work as an intern, Just have that feeling and joy of working on real life projects. Like a company will send you, we need we need an advertisement e flyer. We need a job. We are hiring e flyer. Please design this for us. You are working on these things and you know that what you are designing, people are using it. You understand? It is building your experience that you are designing something that people are using and you go to their social media and you see your work. That means you are improving and you are going forward. So that is that is it. Then after all this understanding the requirements, you can now tell the person this is what it will cost and let the person know first that this is what it will cost. If they agree, you said okay, send money so that you can start. If they don't agree, you move on. Don't even start without having a solid agreement with the person because once you don't start, you don't design, maybe design something, design maybe take for example for this my design now, I've gotten to this part. Do you know what it took me to get to this part? And the person, you might tell the person the price, he said, it's too much, I'm not doing. You will not make use of design, you have gone far. That means you have wasted your time and your resources on this design because you will not be paid for it. Do you understand? So what we are doing here is real business. I know I'm taking time to explain it this way so that you understand. Unless you want to use your own for charity work, maybe it depends. It depends. It depends on your choice and your motive. So let's get it real now. Let's get it real now. For instance, now for a design like a flyer, where is that flyer? Those flyers we did here. For a design like this flyer we did now. This is an e flyer, and an e flyer definitely must be something of one page. You get it? It definitely must be something of one page. You now you will know that it's only this page I'm designing for these people. If they approve it, fine. If they have corrections, fine. We proceed. Yeah. Except you are doing some unique kinds of flyers because there are unique kinds of flyers, especially for printable ones. Let me go back to this page right here. For printable ones like this. Yeah. There are flyers, I don't know if you have seen it before. There are flyers that are of this format. There are flyers that are of this format. Okay, let's say this is an A4. And there are flyers that take this format. You check them and you see that they are foldable flyers. For this kind of, I call it trifold. Trifold simply means you can fold them into three. There will be details here, there will be blah 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 here. There will also be details on the three sides of it. So on this one now, you know that you are up to a big task. This is not your regular one page flyer design. So you have to make a design for this one first, the other one, and the other one. Yeah, that is so as a beginner, if I'm to give an estimate as you get a one page flyer design, you can start charging like 5K for it. That is 5,000 naira per flyer design or something that requires one page design, maybe poster, yeah, or stuff like that. Then for something of book cover, you shouldn't be the same thing. You can double the cost or give a discount because this is not just one page. If you remember how we did it, this is just a two-page design. This is one and this is another one. Just like you bring a book, there is front and there is back of the book. Both of them were not designed on the same page most of the times. Okay, then moving forward with something like this book cover, I said you can double it. Maybe that double of it will be now, let's say 10K. You can give a discount of 7 or 8. Mm, That is, it's just an estimate too. Remember, I said earlier when I was starting that there is no fixed cost, so that you not go and say that your tutor said it must be this amount or no, it must not be what I said or how I put it to be. I'm just giving us a hint of how you can go about it. Then, yeah, this is just for the cover. Then, if you are to do the inner, because there are inner pages of this design, this will really every book cover has an inner, has inner pages because it's not just the book. There are content that will be in that. So that one, you check the number of pages involved and check what it will take you. So that is it. So I hope I have established this business of design, helping us understand that there is business in it and how we can go about it. Yeah. Remember, you made an announcement of internship opportunity for people that took their task serious. But let's move over to the second thing I want to talk about this now. That is the business of printing, and I will talk about a subdivision of it. And that subdivision is, if you have a notepad or something, that subdivision is on paper printing. Paper printing. That is what is involved in printing on a paper. Are we still there? So we all know what we should all know what a paper is. So there's no need to give definition or start using keywords on that one. We know what it means already right from our childhood and early education. Give me a minute. Are we still there? Are we still there? We are talking about, we said we first talk about paper printing. and we have seen paper once or twice in our lifetime before. You know what it is. First, let's start with paper sizes. I think I've explained this before in our early days in this training. Yeah. Paper sizes, most of the times they are calibrated using A A numbers. They are calibrated using A numbers depending on the size. And I told us that the lesser the number, the bigger the size. So that means there is A0. It starts from A0, I think. Yeah. A1, then coming down to A2, then coming down to A3, then coming down to A4, then coming down to A5,
A5.
then coming down to
Yes, sir, you have explained it before.
A6. Yeah. So all these are paper sizes. Let's take for instance what we are seeing here. This page one, this front page is A4. If the size you use is A4, this one now, this is Lillian's design. Yeah, this one is A4 size. Then the back too is A4 size. Are you getting it? But if you join two A4 together, what will you have? Two A4 will give us what?
2A4 will give us A3.
A3. Okay, good. Remember, this is A4 portrait. Oh, this is A4 portrait. But if you join it together, it will give us A3. But the A3 will not be landscape. It will be A3. See A3 now. This is A3. This is A3 by default. It's on portrait. But it will not be in portrait. It will turn to landscape at the end. I see the landscape format. So if you carry these two things now and put, you see, it will give you the size of A3. But meanwhile, there are two different A4. Then if you divide A4 into two, so from this little explanation now, if you are being asked to print out an A4 paper and to print out an A3 paper and to print out an A2 paper, A4, A3, A2, which one do you think will cost more? Which one do you think will be costlier to print out? Are we
To
there?
print out A4,
A3 and A2. Which one will be costlier? Which one do you think will
A3 and
cost you?
A,
Which one will cost you more to print?
A2
A2. Why?
because the paper size is now bigger than A3 and A4.
Okay,
So
that's
the
it.
resources and material you're going to be using will be more
Yes.
more than that of A3
Yeah.
and A4.
Yeah. Thank you for that. You're correct. Um, so that is it. Most of us, I don't know. We may not. Have you seen an Mr. K, have you seen an A3 paper before?
I'm not sure if I've seen no.
You've not sure, but you have seen A4 paper. Am I correct?
Yes, I've seen A4.
Okay. We
Well,
see.
A3 is it not the same one that they used to use for this map for WAEC that time? One
I
geographic
didn't.
map, whatever,
I
whatever.
didn't
There is
write
one.
geography in Biology. I don't know as they take they do that.
Okay.
Uh, but if you want to get a picture of it, just bring two A4 paper, just like this. Now bring one A4 paper, put it side by side, blend them together, you will get an A3. So in the print industry, there is all these paper are by sizes. Then let me teach us one thing. In the print industry, you only have one size. Okay, sometimes either one, sometimes or sometimes two. And what are those two sizes? The two sizes are A0 and A1. Are we there? It's A1 most of the times. A0 is maybe once in a while. Maybe you need it for special something. You get it? But the general paper you have for people that sells paper
A1.
is A1. So why is it A1? Because from A1 you can get any size you want. If you buy an A1 paper and you want to get A2, you will get. True or false? If you buy an A1
True,
paper,
sir.
you want to get A3, A4, you can get it from that paper. So how do you get it?
From there.
You buy an A1 paper and you cut it. Let's say assuming I need A4 papers, I buy one A1 paper, I cut it into 8, it will give me A4, A4, A4. You see it? Then I can now print on
Yes, sir.
those A4 papers. If it is A3 that I need, I cut it into four. If it is A2 that I need,
Yes, sir.
I divide it into 2. Then I have one A2 piece and the other A2 piece. But let's say assuming that there is A4, you can't get, if you buy an A4 paper and you want to get A2 paper from it, it's not possible because there is no way. You no go rub am gum now. The only way is from top to bottom. That is buy a bigger one and cut it into the actual size you need it for. Is that correct?
Very correct, sir.
Okay. Then thirdly is when it comes to paper, remember what we are talking about now. Today is just only for paper. When it comes to paper, paper also varies not just by size. Get me now? Paper varies not just by size. By size I mean A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. Paper varies not just by size. Paper also varies by thickness.
That's quality.
Yeah, that is quality. Let's leave quality. Let's talk about thickness now. That is how
Okay.
thick it is. uh For example, if you bring a burial program, for most of us that go to burial and they give us a program, if you touch the cover page of that burial program, it is not the same thickness with the inner pages. True of us.
True, sir.
Yeah, the cover page is somehow thicker
Thick,
than
yes, hard.
the other inner pages, but they can be the same size, but the thickness is the difference. So that's why I say that paper differs not just by size but by thickness also. So there are different kind of thickness. The thickness you go for depends on what you want to use it for. For example, let's still using the burial program or brochure, for example. Why do we make use of a hardcover when designing and printing? Then the inner pages will be normal paper or very, very light something. So why do we do that? There are reasons for that. Uh, the cover page is like the protector. That is where everything will come to. People that will touch it will touch it. People that will do anything will do anything with it. So that means that that cover page that will be the outside layer, it has to be very strong. Imagine
Thick.
that very program, imagine very thick. Yeah, sorry. Imagine that it is just a very light something like the normal paper thickness. That means any small thing will tear it, and it apparently means that your work is not will never be durable, and if care is not taken, you will lose clients because of it. You get it now? So if you use the same
Yes,
paper you
sir.
use for inner to do the cover, you might be putting yourself into a big risk. But when you check and use apply the thicknesses correctly, that means you are going to get a very strong output. Am I in order? So
Yes, sir.
regarding the thickness of paper is measured in grammage. It is measured in grammage. Remember, we are not doing design today. You have seen I've not done anything. I've not even used any of the toolbox. I'm just teaching us the business part of it. The thickness of paper is measured in grammage. So that means the higher the grammage, the higher the thickness of it. The normal paper size sometimes have different varies of thickness. Dat normal paper you see, they are not always the same. If you see their pack, if you see the pack that they used to come out from, sometimes you will see some write up there, you see where they write 70 GM, GMS, GRMS. Sometimes you see where they write 80, you see where they write 85. It's telling you the thickness of that particular paper. Are you getting it now? So
Yes, sir.
this session is a session that you have to be taking more note of, because most of these things you'll be needing them for practical exposure in seniors times. So let's say for instance, the higher the thickness, that means the higher money you will pay for the paper. Do you still get it now? Because
Okay.
a light paper does not cost the same with a thick,
Amount
yeah, the same
paper.
amount with a thick paper. So that is it. For these back cover pages, you can either use a 250 grammage or a 300 grammage paper. Still the same size that
150.
you need it for. But just the grammage will make the difference. If you do it like this, then maybe the inner on normal 75 or 70. Yeah, that means the outside will be very thick and durable, but the inside anything can happen. So that is what I'm trying to throw light on regarding the paper. So what did I say last now? That for the cover page you can use either 250 grammage or 300
Damage 300.
grammage. Yeah, grammage of paper for it. So grammage is a unit of measurement. Yeah. So it all depends on what you want to